Hi, thank you for coming in. I'm just going to show you how to bring up the plan on the Promethean board. So there's a Google slide presentation with everything you need for the day, almost everything. So if you turn on the power button, it'll come to this screen and you'll go in as me, and the pin is just the address of the school, 5250. So you'll do that and it comes to the home screen, and there you'll have these arrows on the side that bring up the menu. And all the apps are here. There's a whiteboard app. You can bring up a whiteboard, and if there's something that you wanted to write to show the kids during the math lesson or something like that. And it looks like this. I'll make sure it's not covered, so you have that whiteboard. And then there's the select. You can move things up and down, and then you'll click right below it, and then you'll be able to write. There's two erases. One erases just what you touch, and the other one erases the whole board. So that's the whiteboard. To get back to another app, you can go to recent apps, and we have Chromium is where we went, and then we're going to open the plan. Again, it'll be named for the week of the year. So when you open it, it's going to look like this, and this sometimes takes a bit. That means it's still loading. You could open it now, but sometimes it glitches if you do. So it's taking quite a while. Let me see if it works. So I usually do this before I get the students, so it's ready to go. So you click on the plate and you hit present on this device, and then it should open in a slideshow. And if any of this doesn't work, the other video I sent called Screen Share will show you how to share it from this computer onto the Promethean board. It just makes it easier because directions are in there, things to tell the kids what to do. Once it's open, there's a remote here, or you can just click. So if you touch the slide, it'll just take you through slides that tell you everything you have to do. At the beginning of every lesson, when I just ask them to set their goals, sometimes I skip it, but just saying, okay, how quickly are you going to do this? Okay, we have 2 minutes to check the homework, and then have them go do it. And then it's followed by directions. They know how to do most of these things, but if you're seeing that they tend to take advantage when I'm not here. But I got to delete one of these slides, but there's a double. And then it says the directions. And if you want to at the beginning, just, to go through them, they should know it, but sometimes you'll see that they don't act like it. So you just click through, and then sometimes there's a timer on the screen. I'm trying to get timers for everything that's timed. And the directions, and then this shows you what it should look like, or shows the students what it should look like. There is a 2-minute timer here that starts as soon as you hit next. So, and it'll time them, they'll go to their desk. The directions were there, so I won't go through it. But, and then you just hit next, and then you just go through the slides. So these are our goals for the day. You're going to see the objectives, and it's really about classroom management and what they need to do to learn. So you can go through these in depth, or just kind of go over them with them quickly. And then you just click through it, and this is the slide that links to our schedules. So this white star at the bottom, and I'm trying to get it on every slide, but it's not there yet, takes you back to this slide, and then you could just click on the day. So click on Monday, and it shows you the blocks and then what the content is. So if you're working on something and it's not working, or I know CKLA is tough, and you want to just go to math, you can just click here and start math. So if you click on that, it takes you to that math that you're going to work on. And then you can click the star and go, all right, if it works. Let me just double check them then. It should take us back, but it did. So I'll need to fix that. So, and then you can just click through, and okay, it froze and it kicked us out. So it's opening again, but like the pages for the students, you can go over them because they're in the presentation. The social studies work, I screenshot all the pages so you don't have to open your book, just the teacher's guide, walk through it and just click through the slides. Instead of having them with their books, I usually go over it together with them and then have them go work on it, explaining the activities that they have to do. So again, I hit the play button, present on this device, and hopefully it'll work. Like I said, sometimes it's glitchy like this. That second video, how to use screen share, shows you what to do if it's not working. So I'm just gonna click through some slides to just show you what it's like. Every activity starts with these objectives and goals, setting our objectives, and then an evaluation at the end. So say, how did you do on checking out home practice? And we'll give themselves a score of 1, 2, 3, or 4. And just going over the school rules and our class rules. And here's that slide again. If you hit next from here, it takes you to the day of the week. And it's frozen again. Yeah, so just hit next and it'll take you to that day of the week. And you can just keep going next. You don't have to click on the links unless you're skipping something or want to just do science. And there are videos, so we're performing for Hispanic Heritage Month. So here's the song we're singing. So if you find a video, you'll practice it. There's a bunch of videos in here. A lot of them, the directions tell them that they need to take notes, make a bulleted list, what the details are and what they think the main ideas or what the author wants us to know. But like I said, those are all in the presentation. So then I just put into blocks, and again, these are linked, but you can just go slide by slide. So, and you don't have to read all those, I just put them there. So you have a placeholder and you can see what we're working on. So like for instance, the quote of the day, and we come back to this in a community circle later that you can do if you feel comfortable, and if not, you know, I understand, but just going over the quote of the day, and again, what's your goal? What are you going to do? Consider it. Think about how this can make you better. Directions again, and the quote. So you can have a student read it, or you can read it to them. I have 2 Spanish-speaking students, so I'm trying to get everything translated into Spanish, but I'm not there yet. And then you can just ask them questions about, like, how do you think this quote could make you better, or what are your thoughts about this quote? And then we take that into a community building circle at the edge of the rug. The directions are there, so I won't go over it. And the quote's there again, but here it is again, just in English. And then each day we'll have a separate prompt. So for today, what is something you think should be changed in our classroom, and how can you help bring about that change? So just going around with this Nerf ball right here, this is our talking piece that if you don't have it, you shouldn't be talking. And like I said, just clicking through, everything's in here. We do it today in history, and here's an example of listening to the video, taking notes, and a bulleted list. And each day there's a reading passage that you can read or have one of them read, but sometimes it's a little tough. So I usually read it to them unless I think that they'll be able to. And then there's a video that they'll take notes on. Sorry, this says, I gotta fix that because I'll take off that other video. So you just play the video. When you're playing videos, if you could, I put on closed captioning so they can see it, and then I go to settings, and I go to playback speed, and I just slow it down for it. And then it's easier for them to take notes. But we're going to go on from here. And then the next step, you'll see in the directions that sometimes the videos stay, it's hard to advance, so you can just click here. Oh, it looks like it's frozen. So, let's see. Yeah, these things happen. So then this is where I might have to switch to screen share because it kicked us out again. Anyway, I hope it works better for you that day. It usually works better in the morning. I'm doing this in the afternoon. But if you have any questions, you can text me, and hopefully I'll be able to answer it quickly. But again, I'm going to leave you activities when something's not working, what they can work on. So you can regroup and reset like I have to do now. So thank you again, and I appreciate your help.